Okay, so clip 94 is about compound interest. And compound interest works differently to simple interest. On simple interest, you work out what 5% of 3,500 would be, and then you get that amount every year for the 6 years. In compound interest, you actually end up with more money because what happens is, first of all, we work out how much we're going to have at the end of year one. So at the end of year one, it's an increase of 5%. So it's 100 plus 5 is equal to 105%. So my decimal multiplier is going to be 1.05. Okay, just like we've done in the other clips. So if I've got £3,500 for compound interest, what we do is we do 3,500 times by 1.05. So at the end of the first year, I would have 3,500 times by 1.05, which would be 3,675. Now, instead of adding the same amount on each time, what happens now is that's at the end of year one. At the end of year two, I'd start at 3,675 and I'd times it by 1.05 again. So times by 1.05 is equal to 3858.75. And that's how much I've got at the end of year two. Now you can imagine this is going to take a really long time for us to do this for 6 years. So there is a quick way to do it. And what we do is we start off with our original amount, which is 3,500. We times it by our decimal multiplier, which is 1.05. And because I want to times it by 1.05 6 times, I can change that to 1.05 times 10 to the power 6. Okay, so on your calculators, if you've got a Casio calculator, it should have X to a little square button. Okay, we type in 3,500, we times it by, see if we can see this on my calculator, there we go, 3,500 times by 1.05 to the power 6 equals 4,690. And remember, because it's money, we round to 2 decimal places. So 4,690 and 33 pence. So 4,690 and 33 pence. Okay, let's look at the second type of question. The second type of question wants to know how many years it will take to have so much money in the bank. Okay, so let's look at the first bit. So the first bit is the same. My multiplier, because it's going to be 100 plus 5 is 105. So that means my multiplier is going to be 1.05 again. Okay, so I've got to figure out how long it's going to take to have £10,000 in the bank. So in my first year, I'm going to start at 8,500 and I'm going to times it by 1.05. And I get 8,925. So that's at the end of year one. Okay, on my calculator now, if I leave that amount in, I'm going to see how much I would get at the end of year two by timesing that amount by 1.05 again. And I get 9,371.25. And that's at the end of year two. Again, leave that amount in your calculator, times it by 1.05 again, and you end up with 9839. Okay, remember I'm looking for when I get to 10,000, and that's the end of year 3. And then keep it in your calculator, again, times by 1.05, and this time I get 10,331 and some pence. So that's at the end of year 4. So it would take 4 years.